from the break, guys. Wow, that episode did not disappoint. You were watching the Flash After Show here at the Stream.tv. I'm Adam Kruger. What's up, guys? We missed you, and we missed the show, and I'm angry right now. But before we get into anything, I want to just say hello to Ms. Carolina Bonetti to my right.
Hey, guys.
And then Jack Hind over there.
How are you all? It's so lovely to be back.
And you know,
finally,
Mr. Devon Stewart over here.
We don't even say it.
We don't even say it.
You already know. I got some opinions, but you keep going.
Some opinions.
No, man. Can we just get right into Hunter's beginnings? Like Hunter Zolomon's beginnings. Like this dude is one messed up dude.
Easy.
Like who? Here's the thing.
dark.
Does anyone else think that like anyone could get away from having your father basically put a hat on you and say, "Yo, this is what's gonna happen right now. You need to see this," and then he blows his mother away? Like, I mean, what?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I've been trying to piece it together in my head, but it was a way, I guess, of iterating Barry's, because he said we're not that different.
Right.
And so maybe technically it's the same thing. Barry's dad supposedly killed his mom. Hunter's dad killed his mom, unquestionably. So I guess that's how they're trying to say they're the same person.
it's like,
You know?
hey, Hunter Zolomon is what the Flash would be if his dad did actually kill his mum. So technically on Earth 2, Hunter Zolomon
Is Barry.
is the Flash,
It
is
hurt me
Barry.
though how he got the
to
hat.
a point.
When I saw the hat, I was like, "Oh, you can't wear that hat."
The
Jake
fact
Garrett.
that he gave it to him
Yeah.
like that as well, I was
But then
kind of
he
like,
keeps
hold
it.
up.
And
That's
yeah,
kinda
and he keeps
sick
it. It
of
makes
him
it
to, like,
his whole
keep it.
outfit looked like it was his dad's outfit.
That
was
was
his
it.
dad's outfit.
That
I
was
thought
the
that was
outfit.
Jay Garrick over there beating this woman. I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah,
you got
for
his
a quick
story mixed up.
Yeah.
They got this story mixed
All
up.
mixed up."
It
Jay
was-
Garrick's
yeah.
a good guy.
I think like our first words out was like, what Flash storyline is this?
Yeah.
We had no idea what was happening.
So, I mean, they did obviously draw the parallels between, Zoom and Barry and their upbringings. And there's a point in the episode where Zoom basically looks at Barry and he's like, "Listen, man, you could have easily just as been me."
Be me.
Yeah, he's like, "You could have easily been me," which brings me to the point of, you just said it. Hunter saw his father basically came home, beat the crap out of his mom, and then said, "You need to watch this," and made him shoot it. Like,
What did she do, by the way?
we don't know.
So he said something about stepping out. So either she cheated or she was getting ready to leave.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I go and serve my country, blah, 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 and
Yeah.
then it's like, I come home to this. It's like, what, she didn't cook you dinner?
Yeah,
Like, is that
it-
how
Well,
far
I
back
had a
we're going
feeling
in
that
time?
he must have come home and been really abusive, and she told him that she couldn't take it anymore and she was gonna leave.
maybe.
And that's probably what made him snap. Well, she was probably like, "That's it. Like, I'm not gonna live here and have my life and my child's life endangered like this. I'm leaving you." And I bet you that's where the argument came
So
from.
Hunter Zolomon's dad was a speedster. Are we saying that?
No.
We're not.
He was a soldier.
And that was his
Uniform.
outfit. That was his uniform.
Yeah.
Just polishing
I
that
thought
up
they
for
were
him.
Because he didn't
trying to
like,
play off.
Barry's dad and kill her. It was more like he straight up got the World
Shotgun.
War II gun. It
was a musket.
Something.
It was like a musket,
He pretty
yeah.
much shot her with it like. It's like,
because there was
Which
Pack
that
the
was even
gunpowder,
sicker,
drop
was
the
he was
bullet
like,
in.
"I want you to watch this," and he put the hat on and then like loaded it while the kid just sat there and his mother cried, which I thought was crazy. I was like,
Why
"Why
wouldn't
would
she
you get
run?
up?
Now, I
Why would
thought
you
he
just
said
stand
you
there?"
don't want to see this.
Yeah.
No,
but
he
I
said
must
you
have
do
heard.
No, he
want
said
to see
you're
this.
gonna want to see
he
this.
said you're
Well,
gonna
I guess
see
I
this.
just hoped that you said you don't want to see
No,
it.
No,
They
his dad was
went
sick.
there.
You gotta
They
go
went
there
there.
with the sadistic ways.
What is it with the kids dying in the CW shows? Well, I mean, like the kids being a huge part of
Just
his
being
deaths now in the
complete.
CW
Yeah, it's
shows.
pretty grim.
It's
But
destiny.
this does bring. So here's kind of like the roundabout thing that I was getting to, which is, because and Barry said like, "There's no way I would ever be you." But Barry, dude, you saw your dad. You knew he didn't kill your mom. Like he knew that he didn't. It wasn't like everyone. Said it. Barry didn't know. Barry knew his dad didn't kill his mom, whereas Hunter like watched his dad do it. So you don't know what would have happened to Barry under different circumstances. He could have gone that way, or do you think?
Well, I said when we were watching it, it was kind of like a Harry Potter parallel, where it was Harry and Voldemort, and at the end, Harry has to accept that him and Voldemort come from the same beginning, but they turned out to be very different people because they made different choices with their pasts.
Fair enough. And I think different people around them supporting them too.
Yeah,
Hunter
yeah.
had nobody. He had family.
Voldemort had no one,
orphanage.
and Harry had friends.
Yeah, well, but Hunter
later.
had family. They said none of his family wanted him.
Yeah.
So he was
That
literally abandoned, and he was made to watch his father kill his mother, which, I mean, But let's move on real quick because I want to talk. So he becomes a convicted serial killer. You see how he gets his powers, and Devon, I want you to talk about this because you brought it up while we were watching about the Flashpoint Paradox and how the Flash gets his powers back. Let's go there for a minute.
Well, as we always talk about the Flashpoint Paradox, why? Because it's a Flash-oriented movie and it's freaking amazing. Okay.
Good catch. Good
yeah, right.
It's
Okay.
on Netflix.
But it's on Netflix.
Is,
yeah,
it's on Netflix.
Y'all
So
want
you
to go
catch it out.
watch
I
it.
know all y'all got a Netflix account, so don't BS me. Okay?
If not, you
I know
can
got
use
one. Okay. If not, Redbox is in Redbox. But yeah, the way Barry had to re-get his powers with Thomas Wayne was he strapped himself to the chair and tried to recreate
With
the
the
accident.
lightning.
Didn't work the first time. Had him Deadpoolish. He was all burnt up and bald.
Oh, yeah.
But then it worked the second time. He heals all up and he catches him before he falls in the gate. That whole little thing.
Yeah.
But it was weird because they strapped him up, started electrocuting him and doing all that.
Similar
Didn't
way.
mean for it to go that way because the accident. But it was kind of like the same thing. But this also reiterates what I've been saying about the Black Flash iteration in this version of Zoom. Because the Black Flash comes when a speedster is about to meet his death. Maybe Hunter Zolomon already had that speed ability, but it wasn't unlocked. And then right as he was about to die during that accident, while he's being electrocuted, unlocks something, Black Flash comes, takes over him. And he's like, now I have a reincarnation of myself.
body.
It could
I
have
have a
also
body, I
happened
have an
later on.
embodiment.
Like he could have started off as Zoom and then been introduced to the Black Flash because he says to Caitlin when she tells him not to do it that he has no reason not to anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe at some point in his speedster career, he did something that almost killed him, and because he completely does not give a flying frick, they.
I thought you were about to go
thought
out
she was
there
about
with
to do
it.
No, I thought about it. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He accepted the death of the Black Flash, and instead of being consumed by it, it took over him.
There
So
you
what
go.
if we see
I
that
agree.
it's Hunter no longer really being Hunter, and it's like the Black Flash all the time now,
Yeah.
with bits and pieces of Hunter's anger?
That could be
would
true because he
that
says
would
you
be
got to
interesting.
accept the darkness.
But Hunter
So-
Zolomon was already a convicted serial murderer with like 22
I'm not
murders.
trying to make him
23
sound like,
kills
a
already.
spring
Yeah.
puppy.
So I mean, let's just
I don't
call it
think
what it
that's the
is.
same.
This is a bad dude. This was
It
the
is
birth
now.
of a monster. We're gonna move on because there's lots of stuff that we need to talk about and stuff that I'm. But quick shout out to the Flash Facts discussing the TV show. It is the largest Facebook group discussing the show. There's over 10,300 members as of this afternoon. I'm sure there's probably more, but that's the photo for the group. Go ahead and join it because everything Flash related is on there.
That's such a
Lance is a
cool
rock
photo.
star. He put it together.
They
It
change
is-
your cover photo
Yeah, all
like
the
weekly.
time.
every week, yeah.
Looks
new,
great.
New photos all the time and new stuff about the show and blah, blah, blah. Actually, I shouldn't say blah, blah, blah. It's everything that you want about The Flash that you can discuss on there about the show and about the comics and all that, so it's great. Let's talk about Cisco being the way to Earth 2. But before we get into that real quick, well, it kind of ties into it. Barry and the tachyon accelerator.
Do you want to talk about their race real quick, man? We finally got to see Barry and Zoom go at it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
without Zoom catching him up,
Oh,
like
no, he
Barry
was-
being a bit cocky, and then the whole fight scene between the two of them with him them using his mum and his dad cutouts, genius. And the fact that the special effects guy every time
Yeah, he
just
was good.
gets to me.
Was it
Just-
Armin?
I really
They
liked
were, and
the
everything's so
Cisco
perfect.
special
The
effect when he
Cisco's- just all
reverbed
of
with
it.
the hand.
Yeah.
Actually,
no special effect. I
we
think
have
our budget
we
isn't
have,
high
we have a
enough.
little photo actually of Cisco putting his hand up, trying to open the breach, and
It was so cool.
It looks
Maybe
like trying to
that's
use
why
the
it didn't work
Force.
because he has an open hand. He got
I
to
mean,
close
he
it.
did talk
Right?
about the
Got to close the
Force.
fist.
he did. Well,
It
but
did.
so
It was good though to see Barry finally stepping up though.
Doing
Finally being
something.
like, you know what? I'm gonna take this dude down. We gotta set a trap. I'm gonna do it and keeping up. I hate that he needed that accelerated charger on his chest, the
Yeah.
tachyon thing,
Well, but
because
he
I firmly
hit
believe,
it.
like I said, time traveling. I feel like is faster than the speed of light.
Light.
Because, like I was telling you,
You have
light
to-
don't time travel to get to us.
Light doesn't
it's here.
time, yeah.
So with time traveling, you got to go even faster, and he's usually pushed on an emotional state to do it. And I feel like right now he's at the most emotional he has to be. You would think he can do it, but
Well,
it's just
his
like
problem is
that
his consistency.
tachyon.
And technically,
oh, yeah,
light
you know I got
does
problem
travel.
with the consistency. You know I got
Light does travel time, though, if you think about it, because if you look at the stars, a lot of the light that we see that's reaching us
Yeah, but that-
actually is
that's
already
not
dead.
time
I'm talking about the light
traveling,
like right
exactly.
here
Shows how
in
old
the
they
studio.
are.
Like
Doesn't
this
travel
light right here in
Exactly,
the
but it
studio.
should-
than time.
but it's still but
That's
light
what his
travels at a
point is.
specific set speed. There is the
Which
constant.
is
it's-
300 million
meter-
feet per second.
It's
or
something.
300
It's something.
billion
I don't know the
million feet
exact.
per
I
second
don't know
or
the
something.
Do you
exact
guys know
number.
the
You can look
formula?
it up. But light travels at a
And not the
constant
Speed
speed.
Force formula.
It is. I mean, E equals mc squared. That's mass times the speed of light. Okay, that's energy, right? So, getting all technically in science on us here, but
Everybody
so,
loves
but
Albert
so,
Einstein.
but light does travel at. It takes time, even though you're saying, "Hey, the light's already here." Yeah, but it still takes
it's not.
time for the light to come in,
300
even though it
millimeters a
feels.
second.
But we're talking
Yeah.
about how far away a star is. And I think that's
Anyways.
The point is,
Forget about the speed of light right now.
Yes, but you could time travel. You could be time traveling is when you rip a hole in the fabric of space-time and go into a different place, right? But we're talking about just simple, fast mechanics, I guess, between them. And so this was about Barry figuring out how to get there. We know that he's going to get to the point where he doesn't need the tachyon accelerator anymore. We know that.
I don't know anymore.
No, we'll get there.
I don't know anymore.
We're going to get there.
So
If they
let's say
put
Zoom
Tom
is at a
Welling in a
constant
Superman
pace.
suit at the end of Smallville, they're going to get Barry to where he needs to go.
Let's say Zoom is always at a speed of 9. Like, no matter what, Zoom is always at a speed of 9. He can hit that. Barry's constantly at a 7, unfortunately, which I don't like either. I want Barry to be faster as well. So Barry, pull your finger out your ass and start speeding up. But that's where Barry is at the moment, at like a constant 7 because of all his insecurities and his emotions and everything.
Sometimes
pushing
even
him
like
down,
a 4.
holding him back. Sometimes it's a 4. Sometimes he gets his ass kicked by Peekaboo, which I knew you hated about.
No, the worst, slowest Flash
You don't
moment
say
this
that.
season was the crossover when he did the note hide thing, and she was like, "What is that?"
He
And I
was
was
moving
like,
at
"Are you
like a
kidding
2.
me?"
That was
At a 2.
That was like at a
2.
1.
That
He
was
was at normal speed.
That was a -2. That was slower than any of us could have hit the note.
That's
I'm
what
just
I'm saying.
saying.
I
that
just
was
swallowed it.
Yeah.
Definitely beat me. I'm not
So,
gonna
okay,
lie.
we're way off track. But the point is, he does need the tachyon accelerator in this version of it. And I know that we talked about this a little bit. We were kind of upset that he didn't say anything about the whole Supergirl crossover situation. We know that that's what happened. He runs over and does the whole episode with her.
How long was I gone?
And then comes back. Yeah, he just says how long.
How long was I gone? It's like, shut up, dude. Like, that, I'm sorry, that annoyed me. Like, I wasn't happy with the Supergirl, as you all know. I wasn't really happy with the Supergirl
with
Flash
you.
crossover anyways.
thought
But
it
then
was
to not
lame.
even come back to it, it's like, that's it. You just vanish and then you speed up. It's like, how long was I gone? Oh, you were gone for like 5 minutes. It's all good.
He didn't say,
Done.
like, this blonde-haired girl threw me through
I
the
didn't
hole.
just happen to travel to another world. I didn't just happen to save somebody who's dressed up like Superman, because you have Superman on your world, right? They have Superman and Batman.
I don't think
know.
so.
No. They do. Oh wait, that's a
They
good
might
point.
not. They
Maybe
might not.
don't, yeah.
I mean,
No, I
we've
don't think
seen
they do.
like Easter eggs of Project
Because
Cadmus, which
Cisco,
is Lex Luthor and all that stuff.
Cisco
but they
made
haven't
the
actually.
Cisco makes the like he shouts out to Batman a lot, but we don't know if we've actually seen Batman.
We don't
as in-
know.
Well, we obviously
And
So
don't
it's
forget,
possible that
Cisco-
Supergirl on his Earth hasn't arrived yet
Yeah.
because she's a part of every Earth, but she probably isn't in their Earth yet because she comes later. And in different Superman timelines, it comes at different times. But anyways, I'm mad that he didn't talk about it because that episode really disappointed me because it had so much potential, and then they were saved by a bunch of humans.
Hey, go humans!
She has
They were-
superpowers.
yeah, I mean-
The woman can lift a building, and the man can run faster than anything on the planet.
What?
And
Except
there's-
zoom, reverse flash, peekaboo, trajectory.
We already had that
Let's-
tweet. We already know about that tweet.
Look, I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, I was disappointed. I felt like they could have done a lot more, and I would have liked to have seen, like, something
Charlie
more
Ricci
awesome out of it.
crushed
And I
it.
But he
think-
could have said
And I
something, like,
My
hey, I
name
met
is
Supergirl.
Barry Allen, and I'm almost the fastest man alive.
Almost. No, he is.
Behind.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe
I have
Supergirl
to
might be.
stand up for the show real quick because yes, Barry Allen is the fastest man alive. No, he is
When
not
he wants to
on the
be.
show, but this is also about him becoming the Flash. He became the Flash a year ago. So
Yes.
he's got to get to that point where he's able to do it. And if he were to get there too quickly, then there's no storyline that we can do that he's not going to be able to change and stuff.
There's all the fun stuff
No.
that the Flash
Yeah,
does.
thank you.
But-
I want to see the Flash. I don't want to see Barry Allen becoming the Flash. Just like we know how that
Well, but
goes. You
he-
go through
well,
ups,
you
you
guys
go
were
through
saying
downs.
he might
This is
use-
the reason it's the CW
But
show.
this is what I'm saying. It's
Jack,
a CW
that's
show.
probably-
There's got to be some drama. There's got to be some stuff that happens. That's all I'm saying.
this-
So,
Jack, that is probably the sexiest thing you've ever said in my
Know
life.
me.
That in my life, that's probably the sexiest thing you've ever said. Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you.
All right.
I've been waiting
Jack's
for you to say
getting some
something
from
like that.
Devon later. And on
So-
that note,
You're
we were
jealous.
talking about, before we move on from like the whole speed thing and watching him get it back, in episode 7 in season 1, like you said, he gets it back because the Speed Force can't leave him. But then one of you guys, I forget who, sorry, brought up that maybe he'll use Velocity 9. Could that be what he uses to kickstart his Speed Force that can never really leave him? Because he is the Speed Force.
But
Do you think
Velocity
we're going
9
to
is
see
going to
that?
make him sick.
It is.
So I don't go making Barry sick now. Like,
I
I'm
really
fed up
hope
of
that-
Barry having problems.
But will he burn it out of his system because he is the Speed Force?
That's
He's
why I
not
don't
used
feel like
by
he'll
it.
need the
Yeah, I
Velocity
don't think I
9
need
in
it.
general.
Remember when
I don't
Blackout
think
was
he'll
going
need
to
it
kill
either,
Wells,
but-
he had to just like get it in
That
his
was
brain
it.
to do it.
Yeah, he had to get the urge for it.
I'm just putting theories out there of where the writers could go with this
That
and
is
see what
true.
we think
That
about
is
it.
true.
They could go. I want to just talk real quick. I know I'm going to sidestep this real fast, but Cisco becomes the reason we're able to actually bring Zoom into this episode in the first place. I just want to touch on his little crisis of conscience and where he likens himself to Anakin Skywalker and talks about the Force and then doesn't want to become Vader. I
Okay.
mean, first of all, no one thinks, Cisco, that you would ever become Vader.
Yeah.
Did anyone else think that he would like turn into his brother? Do we think that this is like
Not
a
in
real
the slightest
concern,
bit.
like at all?
Well, he was the same
But
one that was
it's
worried about
Cisco.
Caitlyn doing it with Killer Frost. And then she was
Cisco
like,
was worried about it.
She was, what? Well, I'm not, what?
This is
Yeah, but you've
Cisco.
got to remember, Cisco is the one who's worried about it and the one who's
Yeah.
thinking about it. Caitlyn wasn't worried about becoming bad. Barry wasn't worried about becoming bad. The fact that that thought was already manifested in his head can only lead to that thought now progressing. So with this power, with great power comes great responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice
as he
man.
does start building up on his powers, he's going to be like, hold on a minute. It's just what happens to you, you know? It's that kind of, some people have it inside them, some people have that dark side, I want to say, inside
Shout out
of
to
them.
Batman vs. Superman. Power is absolute.
Power is absolute. And what is it? Knowledge is power. and
absolute power corrupts
Absolute
absolute
knowledge is
power.
absolute
Yeah.
power and all that rubbish.
Whatever.
Absolute power.
That
Do
was
I
kind of
think
like a
Cisco
throw over
could
to Brainiac. But anyways,
No, what
digress
I
on
wasn't.
that.
I wasn't saying. Do I think Cisco's could go bad? I'm saying no one ever thought Cisco would go bad because he's the one who's.
Well, maybe he has
But
a side
that's
to
the
him,
red
like maybe
herring.
once he gets
That's
the
what I'm
powers, it's like,
saying.
you know, I want some extra money. Let me
What
just
was the stuff that happened?
do a
Remember
wall
that stuff that
real
happened
quick.
when
I mean, he has to have some
when the
red
Golden Glider, Snart, and what's his face, McGrory captured his brother. Cisco
That's a
was
good point.
willing to give up Barry and the Flash so that he could save his brother.
He was.
So there is everyone had, like,
But-
nobody's a saint. End of story. I'm sorry to say it, Caitlyn, you're not either. Like, nobody's a saint. So
But that's-
Cisco does have that bad bone in his body. That bad bone just needs to be prodded and poked.
But
a
that
little.
was
be
that
honest,
was not a bad bone though. That's choosing the lesser of two evils. That's going. Listen, you're gonna kill my brother if I don't do this. These guys are superpowered. They can take care of themselves. I'm gonna save my brother.
He made a
in my
difficult
opinion.
choice, but
Yeah.
to be honest, if anyone on the show is going to be evil, I think it would be Danielle Panabaker's character of Caitlyn becoming Killer Frost because she's gone through so much emotional turmoil. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That I could see her going down this path of like nothing works out for me, so I don't have a place in this happy world of fairy tales. Like when Iris was talking to her, and she was like, maybe destiny exists for you, but not for me, and maybe she'll embrace her destiny as being Killer Frost.
Maybe well,
she-
Iris
And-
will embrace her destiny about being hashtag West Allen. We got a lot of good feel. I felt like she was talking to me specifically. She said, I feel like everything's pointing me in that direction. No, you've been reading my tweets. That's what you've been doing. You've been
God,
reading my
what a
tweets.
great
Hashtag
damn
West Allen.
question.
Candace,
What?
Iris, West Allen, we're
Let
gonna
me
do this.
finish that.
Just hold for
Sorry.
1 second. Quick shout out to the Flash After Show, Flash Family. It's our group on Facebook, guys. We pull all sorts of stuff from there. Go ahead and check that out too. We have to kind of move on from this quick little topic. And thanks to Lance for creating that group. We're on there all the time. So if you guys want to communicate with us, just And also, by
Get
the
your
way,
content
you
up
can
on
tweet at
there,
us using
dudes.
the hashtag #TheFlashAS.
we always
Don't
end
forget
it.
the
We
AS.
always end. Do not
Yeah,
forget
don't
the
forget
AS.
the.
Hashtag
The
the Flash
Flash
AS.
AS.
Yes. That it was right there. Okay, so we're live, guys, as you know.
Seeing as we're live, can I quickly shout out a live YouTube question?
Do
Because
it,
this one's
please.
very
Yes.
much on the point. Just Monique, thank you very much for this, honey. Last time, Harry took 2% of Barry's speed, but Zoom took 100% this time. Does that mean Zoom has now 102% of the speed force in his system, or does the speed force regenerate inside Barry?
I think it regenerates
I think
in
it'll
Barry,
regenerate.
and it
But only
burns
if he
out in
has it
Zoom.
in
That's
Zoom.
why Zoom needs more
That's the
constantly.
thing.
Because I'm sick. You remember that? I'm sick, Barry.
Thick.
Yeah, I'm sick.
See, this is why I think he needs his speed to go back in time so that he can go and stop his pops from doing what his pops did to his mother. Hence why I also think, whoever mentioned it earlier, that the man in the iron mask could be his dad. Because his dad
could.
is the key that gets him back to
And
that
he's a
time
soldier
when he
in that
gets-
war.
And he's a soldier. He was in that war, the War of the Americas, which is when the POW alphabet was invented and when it was used. So, I mean, all of that's kind of coming together at the moment. And I feel like, obviously, with him being who he is, because he's not a speedster, he's not a time traveler, he's more of a speed conduit, who's the one who's trying to absorb the speed and take it from everybody, that's the only way he can now time travel.
Yeah.
Now he has Barry's speed, technically the only time traveler besides Eobard, who has actually time traveled so far, so he had to get Eobard's or Barry's speed in order to time travel, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And that's why he
Okay,
wants
but
Barry's
here's
speed
the
so
wrench
bad.
in that plan, is that if he already has his father to stop from killing his mother, why does he have to go back again?
No,
I think that it might
we
be
think he got him
Eobard Thawne.
afterwards.
It's after, yeah.
After,
Yeah, like
yeah,
he
it's
got
after.
after.
It's an old version of his father.
But
or
hold
something
on,
like
there's just one little kink in that plan of having him go back in time to stop this murder. He's a guy who doesn't care about anybody or anything. He's murdered like tens of people, okay?
Hold on, no, you say he
23
doesn't
people.
care about anyone or anything. The whole reason he didn't kill Barry was because Caitlin reminded Hunter Zolomon of his mother.
But
Okay,
also
fine,
he's traveling
fine,
the
fine.
timeline to get himself, remember?
But it might not be that.
But so he can time travel. So why didn't he stop his
Oh,
thing
you're
already?
right.
Yeah,
he had to
he
go
can't-
back
he-
and find his time
Yeah,
remnant.
so why
He
didn't
can't,
just
he
go-
can't
That's why
time
I'm
travel.
using
That's
that.
what,
He can't go
that's
back
what I'm
far
saying.
enough?
He's not going back in time to try to stop the murder because then he doesn't end up becoming Zoom. He doesn't end up with the powers.
And he
'cause
enjoys the power.
He's a total sociopathic. Like he wants to murder people. He wants to just be as fast as possible and do what he wants to do. I don't think he's trying to save anybody.
I think he would give up being Zoom and Hunter Zolomon and the life that he went through in order to go back and save his mother. Yes, I do agree with that.
I don't-
Barry, no, and that's what makes him different. Barry went back and look what happened. Barry said no. Do I think Hunter Zolomon would want to go back and save his mother? Yes, because I believe the one and only person that Hunter Zolomon cares about is his mother and what happened to his mother.
Okay, but going off of that, if he really wanted to do that, he could have already done it. He's gone back and he's gotten himself.
But he got, you realise,
he
look
went
at the
back
Jay
and
that he
probably
got
His
already.
father.
He looked like he got the Jay that he's the exact same as him. He didn't go back 15 years. He didn't go back
You think he
20
can't
years.
travel
He didn't
back
go back
far
30.
enough?
I don't know how far back he can travel, no.
See,
We
so
also
my
don't know how
thought is
far
that
back.
what if
Let's-
it's Eobard Thawne? Because he
Let's
told them he
pose the
wouldn't believe
question,
who it
guys.
was.
What do you think at home? Let us know. Do you think that Hunter Zolomon would go back and save his mom? Do you think that he's not able to go back far enough, and that's what he's using Barry's speed for? Let us know. Tweet us using the hashtag #TheFlashAS, and we'll have discourse over this. Let's
Word.
right?
Yeah,
but that's,
you know, fist bump that up.
I will.
Good
Okay.
one.
All right. I'll take it.
Discourse.
Discourse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
vocab.
Thank you. I try. So like, we already kind of touched on Barry using Hunter's parents against him in the fight and kind of winning, sort of, and all that stuff. But I do want to get to something real quick because this was the can't lock up the darkness part, and we sort of touched on it. You know, do we think the Black Flash has taken over Hunter Zolomon?
I still think that.
Do we think that this is? But do we think it's happening because he's about to die in this scene as well, and that's why the eyes go black and he becomes it?
Well, he's
I think
constantly
he
dying.
Or do we think
accepted
it's just in him and it's been in him for a
You
long
remember,
time?
he's
think he
constantly dying.
accepted
Jay
it.
Garrick is constantly
right
dying.
there. That's what I've
Jay
been trying
Garrick
to
is
say.
always dying. Hunter Zolomon, Jay
Hunter
Garrick.
Zolomon.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we have to Hunter Zolomon stay.
He's
Jay Garrick.
merged
He's
with
always
the
dying.
Black
That's what I'm
Flash.
So
saying.
him and the
is
Black
him.
Flash are one because the Black Flash always goes after the speedster that's dying, and with Jay Garrick being the speedster that's dying,
He's always
got
dying.
an embodiment.
Yeah.
He's always got something to feed off and
That's
to
why
live
he's
off
so
and to
fast.
use.
And
So
that's why
then-
he has a whole nother personality. He was like,
It's literally
yeah,
a split
something.
personality.
I'm dying, Barry. Accept the darkness. And then the eyes were black. And you're like, oh my God, his eyes is black now.
So
But
Barry's
I knew in
gonna
the
have
whole
to.
powwow, he was totally getting that thing off of his leg. I was like, that's not staying out
Yeah,
there.
it's like,
And he
Barry,
seems
Barry,
way
stop
too
him,
okay
stop
with
him,
it.
stop him. He about to take the thing off.
I was like,
Take
chuck
it
him
off.
out.
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
What was I supposed to do? Shoot him. This is the kind of part where I hate it when it comes to these kind of TV shows. In that situation,
Yeah.
you had the baddest of bad guys. Like, that was like having Hitler in front of you. Like, that was the baddest of bad guys in front of you. You get rid of him.
Yep.
You don't stand there and talk to him. You don't stand there and try and reason with him. You shoot him in the face.
And the thing
But
is,
that's
Wally's
why
already
Barry's the
gone. Now it's
Flash,
time to fight.
guys.
But yeah, Wally's gone.
Wally's gone. It's time to fight. We do. As soon as Wally got them car keys, smack him. Just start going. Bah, bah,
This is
hit him like this. Hit him like
But
this.
guys, this is why he's the Flash, because he looks for the good in everyone, and that's what makes the Flash
No,
a
forget about
superhero.
it.
All right, if somebody
Okay.
super speeded, dragged me through the streets, and then caught all the bullets at the police station, and called me the B word
I would
in
beat the
front of
crap out
everybody,
of
and
them,
then
but that's me.
handicapped
That's why
me
I'm not the Flash.
for like a week, we going at it. We got some bad blood.
And
okay,
that's
I
why
ain't talking
we're
about
not
Taylor
the
Swift. I'm talking
Flash.
about the one with Kendrick Lamar in it. That one. We got that kind of bad blood. Okay,
But that's
love
why
your
we're not the
sweatpants.
Flash.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're too.
So quick
Aggressive.
shout out to Steve Lamb, Bam Smack Pow. You know, they do all of our blog posts, so go ahead and check those out right here at thestream.tv, on the website, actually at thestream.tv, and on Facebook. So do check that out. Real quick, we just kind of started touching on Wally getting taken, and before we jump into that, we were also talking about about Zoom getting all of Barry's speed, right? And oh yeah, there we go. We have a picture of that, which I love that photo.
Great still, yeah.
I love that photo, yeah, because look at the look on Wally's face. He's like, dude, what is going on right now? Like, what is happening? He's totally baffled. He's
just trying to
just like, can someone please help me out?
Look, we gotta be real. That's
No,
the same
he's
face
gotta connect it.
Keenan Lionsdale has in every scene. Every scene, that's the same face he has. You're my dad? Oh, I can stay in the room? Thanks, man. Oh, that's the same face he puts on all of them. But hey, shout out to him for being Wally West in general. But
Okay, but like
that's the
for
face he
real,
got.
when is he
so-
going to connect the dots? Because now he knows
Next
that his
episode.
dad and his sister
next
both
episode,
know
they're gonna talk
the
about it.
Flash, and the only person that leaves out of the room is Barry. Come on, I mean, come on. What do you guys think?
They're gonna talk about it next episode.
Figure
But
it out.
here's just one quick thing that I noticed when Zoom was being shot up with the Speed Force. Did anyone? Because he kind of wigged out for a second, and his the blue and then the red,
Like it
yellow.
was too much?
Did you think he was gonna vaporize like what's her name did with the velocity?
Trajectory?
Yeah, I thought
didn't-
he was just gonna.
Not vaporize, but possibly cancel each other out.
yeah, or
Yeah, something like that.
And
I
then
thought-
he just kind of be sitting there like, ah, crap.
Right.
Shit, now we
Well,
both
I
ain't got
thought
speed.
that it was going
Then
to
you really gotta figure it out.
yeah, I thought it was going to fizzle out.
That's what I
Because
thought
it'd be
too.
too much for him. So I was kind of disappointed when he kept it.
Well, no, I wasn't disappointed because now it's going to lead on to epic, epic, epic fights.
Well, that and
I
epic,
was
epic,
hoping that
epic
whoever-
fillers. Because now we got to deal with some guy. The suit can only take one punch. So we just act like Zoom didn't take Danielle Pennebaker. She not just all right.
I mean, she's fine.
We'll do another filler. It's
I
okay.
think-
Everyone
I
knows
think-
she's
through
not
it.
going to
I
get hurt.
think that we're just gonna have another little something nothingness to deal with while they're trying to figure everything out and regroup because they've got to stretch it out to 23.
Somebody just called me Jim Jeffries on the YouTube chat. No, I'm not
That's-
Jim Jeffries, you cheeky bastard.
But he's a very funny guy.
Oh, Jim Jeffries is hilarious, but he's also Australian.
Yes, that is true.
Ooh.
And
Hit him
Jack
with it.
Higgins, good name.
Jack takes being mistaken for Australian very personally.
Yeah, I don't like being mistaken
Very
for Australian.
personally.
Do you know what though? A lot of British people get mistaken for being Australian by American people. It happens all the time.
It does, it does.
Us American people make a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
Geologically, nationality-wise,
Humans
a lot
just
of
make
things.
a lot of
Election-wise, but let's not get into that.
Right. Slavery, a lot of things. have
So
happened.
here's the thing, slavery. Yeah, that. Geez.
big mistake.
Shoot, no
Yeah.
kid.
Americans tend to make a lot of mistakes.
Actually, I think it was
hard
the
left,
Brits
didn't
that
it?
started
That just
not
went to
the
a totally.
Americans.
Yeah,
We
it's
just
crazy.
we went there. We went
did.
there. We did.
I'm
We
just
did.
clarifying it was the
But-
Brits that started that one.
I don't know,
not
man.
the Americans, technically. They just rolled with it for the longest.
So okay, let's
Yeah.
so let's just wrap up
Anyways.
this whole Zoom situation. Do you guys think that because we've been seeing stuff on the chats and also we've been talking about it. You know, obviously Barry is the Speed Force. He's going to get it back. We know he's going to get it back because the show's not over. But where do we think this is going to go with Zoom and Barry? How do you think he's going to finally take him out? Like, is he going to have to get his
I'm
powers
sorry.
back and then race to the end of time where nothing matters anymore?
Oh my God, that would be awesome, but I don't know, but that would be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
And just see the Black Flash bleed out of Zoom and
Because
going
it
like
doesn't-
that.
Yeah, going to
just like
nothingness.
bleh,
Well,
which
there is that because of Legends. Obviously, when they time travel, they actually took Mick to the time,
The edge of
time or something. Where it was like the vanishing point.
Vanishing
Yeah.
point.
Got it. Ding.
But remember, because they did that for Wally West did that for Barry. We were talking about that when Barry became Black Flash in comics, and he took him raced him to the end of time, and it just. You know what I'm saying? So he might have to do that with Zoom. And next thing you know, you got Hunter Zolomon, who's actually, Daniel Pennebaker, I got a soft spot. And then, he's a guy. Now you just lock him up regularly.
But do you think this will be the tipping point at the end of this season that we see Danielle Panabaker become Killer Frost? Because I feel like, they've been building it up and giving her so much heartbreak. You can't
she's
always
not a-
recover from
but
that.
she's not a metahuman, though.
But the thing is, Killer Frost is not that
Yeah.
threatening. Like, if
is
Killer
the
Frost was
CW.
the villain of season 3, I'm done. I'm done.
There's absolutely no. There's more
Yeah,
chance
what?
of Killer Frost becoming good
Yeah.
than Killer Frost becoming the baddie of season 3. Let's just put that
Yeah,
one
like,
right
Killer
there.
Frost- theories out there.
We got
Anything
something
can
acting like
happen.
Killer Frost is going to be a threat. She wasn't even a threat on Earth 2.
Yeah,
she was like the lackey
Like I
of
said,
the
she was a
group.
good girl. She helped him out.
She
Yeah.
built
Like-
the steps for him. And he was like, not
she
my
was
wingtip.
she was a
not
little
my wingtip.
annoying at some points, but
Yeah.
other than that, she wasn't really like a big problem.
And for somebody that was living in the forest for a while, she had amazing white hair.
Yep.
And perfect black lipstick. Just saying.
So,
People don't look
Yeah,
like
that's
that in
why we can
Hollywood.
bring up Banshee. Yeah, Banshee just suddenly looked like that all of a sudden on Supergirl. And
well, she went to the makeup department and they took care of her.
No, they
I mean,
dipped
the
her
one
in
girl
something.
said, I'm going to help you out. Clearly, she had that in her,
Who's
like,
gonna help who out? Sorry.
the
So
other
guys,
criminal.
Before we take a little break, I want to just talk family matters real quick, because there was a lot of I thought like family good things happening. You know, first of all, Wally moving in. I know you touched on that with the same face, but you know, Wally moves in, so he's getting closer to the family, which I thought was great. You know, then we have, you know, Barry and Joe's relationship. We can see everything going on there. Caitlin and Iris talking about you know, Iris and Barry and how that's going to go. I just thought there was a lot of good development in that. I thought there was so much in the episode, and I'm just going to kind of take a roundabout callback to maybe that's why they didn't have time to really throw in all the Supergirl stuff, because there was just so much to smash into this episode.
But he could have at least mentioned it.
Then bring
I'm
up
with
the
you, I'm with you. I
then
wanted
bring up the
them to.
Supergirl one in the next episode when it looks like we've got a basic villain who's going to be punching Barry.
looked like an
really
old
hard,
guy that was just
and he
punching
can't-
stuff.
And he said, what did he say? Because he didn't
The
say
suit
Girder, he
can
said
only
Gary.
take-
Yeah, but he said you can only take one punch from Gary
Oh,
or
they say
something.
Gray.
Gray?
Maybe.
Whatever
I know
his
a
name was.
Gary Gray. Shout out to the homie. But I don't know if that's the same
No,
one.
just then give me the Supergirl stuff next episode.
Maybe they will.
No,
Maybe they
I'm
will.
saying-
But
It's like this, that.
I feel like they need to
still
say
can't get over
something.
it.
They can't just go over there and then pretend it didn't happen on this universe.
They can, because, I mean,
I don't want them to.
they'll be like, yeah, I'm Greg Berlanti. Y'all know I made that too, so it's cool. Y'all know Supergirl's out there.
Yo, no, you're not even allowed to say his name on the TV universe, are you?
Who?
Superman's.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't.
No,
No.
they've said it. They've said
They've
Superman
shown
and Clark
him
Kent.
like his without his head on the thing, like reaching
for
out to get
Supergirl.
her.
Yeah,
But they
yeah.
don't say like, "Hey, you're Superman." No, they just
No,
say my
they've
cousin.
said Superman.
My cousin.
and
My cousin.
My cousin.
Clark in the last one and the Son of George. They've used it.
anyway,
Anyways.
do we think that with Wally living close now, that's going to be, or living with them, do you think that's going to be where he starts pushing with wanting to know about the Flash? I think so.
Well, I mean, he's obviously about to know now. Like, if he don't know now, then Wally, you might not. This is probably why
You
you're not
should
getting
be
the
in
money you need for
school.
school.
Yeah,
because
you
you're not as
know,
smart as we thought
exactly.
you were.
'Cause
If
you're
you don't know
dumb
by
dumb.
now, okay.
We now just think 'cause you're
but
dumb, he
I
is.
do like that now they're bringing Wally into the equation as far as being threatened. And now being in the middle of it, like the out of time timeline we were talking about, where it's Blue Flash versus regular Flash.
Yep.
You see? Well, so it's technically not Barry versus Barry, but we still get that symbiotic battle right there. I don't know, symbiotic, I guess, because it's the same timeline, whatever. But like, and Wally being caught in the middle, which is what unleashes his abilities. You see what I'm saying?
So maybe they'll end the season
would
with
love
Wally getting
that.
those powers,
Yeah.
and then that'll launch us into season 3. Guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna take your YouTube questions on the live chat. So throw those at us now. This is your last chance to do it, to be featured, and also we're gonna hit up the hashtags on the Twitter. The hashtags on the Twitter. What am I even talking about right now? We're gonna take some Twitter questions as well. So hashtag the Flash AS is where I wanted to go with that, but sounded like a dum-dum. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Ha, dum-dums, like at the bank. They always got those lollipops.
Dum-dums. They're good. I don't
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
Oh my god.
We had a crazy vampire threesome, and you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like,
How did you get here? No. Look at me. I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
he was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's so good.
You can't count anything out. Look at you. It's been another awesome night at the stream.tv,
always
guys.
awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Haha, welcome back, guys. Thanks for being with us. You are watching the Flash After Show here at the stream.tv. And before we move on, I just want to show quick fan art right here from Stevenson Johnson at Stevenson Johns 1. We've got a fun little
Hey.
Flash
Oh, Barry's
zoom
got like lightning
situation
bolts
here.
coming out of his eyeballs.
Serious.
Because the Flash always has the lightning bolts coming out. It's the most beautiful thing ever. I swear. I love it. I love it when he does that. Love when he does that. Yes. Like if you see on my Twitter top thing, he has them like in his eyes and coming out his ear things going back. I love when that happens. Like that's how you know he's in it. He's like, I'm speed forcing out. Like he does some things and you'll see a little lightning here and there, but when he gets it in the eyes and it's like going, I'm like, ooh.
Is that when you start crying? Just
That's
tears
when my
of
knees
beautiful
start
joy?
shaking and then my drawers get tight and I'm
Guys,
like,
Devon needs new pants.
He just split them.
He just, yeah,
I love it.
new pants.
Batman vs Superman. I did not know, a spoiler, but like when he popped up the first time, I was
Yeah. Did it make you die in the dream sequence?
I immediately.
I texted you that too when I saw it. I was like, you need to see it. You need to see it. You need
Like,
to see
and I'm
Flash.
mad because I
was
had
like,
to watch
don't
it
wanna ruin
twice
anything.
because the first time I passed out when it happened, I was like, and then I watched it the second time. Now I was holding on to something. I was like, okay, I see.
But now I'm excited because maybe the actual Flash movie will be like a paradox, which would be kind of cool.
Trust
to
me, I
see.
even tweeted Zack Snyder. I was like, if you do that, because you're not going to cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan for a 5-minute intro. Okay, they're coming back to that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. So shout out to the Flash. Am I too soon? Huh? I'm too soon. Okay. I was like, whoa. Okay, I had to let that out. I feel better now.
Where do I even go from
Where do we
here?
go
Like,
with
where
that?
do we
Like,
get,
that's it, bye.
just
I have
say goodnight.
YouTube questions.
Let's go to
kidding,
YouTube.
I've got
Let's-
tons of Twitter
let's,
questions as well.
Let's do the YouTube ones first, and then we'll go to Twitter. So Carolina, hit us with the YouTube.
All right, so let's start with Carlos Hernandez. Will Black Siren appear this season on Flash to help defeat Zoom? So we know she's going to pop up. They've said that she's coming from Earth 2. The question is, what will her purpose be?
Like Siren?
Black Siren.
Black Siren.
Canary
It's actually gonna be
died
Black
on
Canary and Arrow.
And so the actress that plays her is
Katie
coming
Cassidy.
on to Katie Cassidy, yes, is coming
Oh, I heard
on
about
to Flash as the Black Siren, which is her counterpart on Earth 2.
And I think it's in the season finale.
Yeah, so will
Episode
she
21
be
or
there?
22, I believe, actually.
is it 21 or
Just before
22?
the- Yeah, I believe it's
So,
just
okay.
before.
One before.
I
We
doubt she's
found
going
out
to
on
be
the
too much help
Facebook
with Zoom, though. She might be more help with, like, Cisco and his abilities.
Cisco's the only one that I think at the moment has any chance of helping defeat Zoom. Everybody
Yeah.
else can go back up. Like,
Yeah, I
sorry,
doubt-
you don't have a chance. Cisco's the only person at the moment
Yeah.
who has
Well, because
any
he's
chance.
really powerful.
You got to
even
think
though
he has some
doesn't know it.
real
accept
power.
it.
Oh,
Like,
he does.
He can
Yeah, he got
open
some
the
real, like,
breaches.
almost stuff like the Watcher. Like he got
Yeah.
that kind of power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so once he gets it, but Black Siren helping with Zoom. I mean, we got the fastest man alive, and we're having trouble. So.
Well, but he's not even
well,
faster than
she can
his-
scream all she wants. He's faster than sound. So.
Original Mr. Game On, another YouTube question real quick. Why does Zoom have the blue lighting?
I mean, he didn't have blue lightning in the comics. He was red.
Hey,
so
now I'm
still
feeling
like,
you right now. So
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking they were doing the out of time thing. I was like, because you got him looking like that, but he's a
but
scary
it's-
monster like
exactly.
Black Flash, and then you zoom hundreds out. So it's like, it's hard to
the only
say
thing I
why
can
he
think of
has
is
it.
possibly the Velocity 9 that's
It could be.
constantly
Yeah.
in his system, and
Could
that
be.
he's able to
Because we saw what trajectory.
not burn out into like what Trajectory did, and not to just dissolve and become the Speed Force because he's either
Maybe the
strong
Black
enough
Flash
or
is
Black
keeping him
Flash is the
alive.
one
I was just gonna
that's
say
keeping
maybe
him alive
that's
with
the
using
maybe
the
it's
Velocity 9.
the blue lightnings
Because
from the Black
Velocity 9
Flash.
is the quickest thing
Because
possible.
trajectory just burned out right then and there.
That's what I'm
With
saying.
him, he's constantly blue, and Black Flash's like, I'm not gonna let you die, but I can only be here if you're on the verge
or
of death.
technically you are. Like, you are
maybe.
constantly
So-
dying, and I'm not taking you away yet, I'm keeping you.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. Why is Zoom's? Well, they're asking the question, but tell us what you think. Do you guys think that these theories are possible? Do you have a better one? Let us know. One more YouTube, and then let's do some tweets, and
Yep.
then we
Last
gotta wrap.
YouTube is from Mitch Sunico. I hope I'm saying your name right. And he wants to know, will Flash meet his future self again? Do you think we'll see a time-traveling Barry come back to help us for
His
the
future
finale?
self again? When did he meet his
Yeah,
future
well, remember,
self?
because he stopped him
Because
from
he
saving his
stopped.
mom. You remember that? He was the one that was like,
Don't do it.
that heartbreaking moment where she.
And then in this one, too, just a couple episodes back, he went back and he knocked himself out.
That
and
was,
then-
Well, that was
wasn't
a
his future
past
self,
self,
though.
though.
That's what I'm saying.
But
his future self, if
But he did meet his future. His past self met the future self, but they're saying this current one, will he meet another future Barry to help him with
Well,
this?
yeah, so they're saying, will he see himself in the future? I mean, that would be cool to get, like, the Star Trek movie one where he's like, I need to talk to myself to get some answers.
Yeah.
It'd be cool, but, I mean, I don't really know, because it's like, why would he have to do that? Like, maybe he's just like, how did you beat Zoom? And he's like, all right, well, you got to get Black Siren. Why? Because she's hot.
Well, no,
and then
because he
just do
tried to go
something else.
back in time to work out how to get faster, and that didn't.
Yeah, that didn't
well,
work.
hold on.
You know what I'm
Which
saying?
brings up one thing, and then we have time for one Twitter question before we wrap. But
I got like 4.
why? But we only have time for one.
Yeah.
I want to do all 5 of them.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I don't know. So, but the thing is that we haven't seen any of the fallout from his time travel. I'm wondering when that's going to happen. When we're going to see all that.
Where's Pied Piper?
Bingo. This is what I'm saying. But could we? But we could talk about this literally all night, guys. Trust me, we can.
It's become so complicated.
It's insane. But Twitter, can you pick the best one? I know. Just shout out the rest of them, and then pick.
When you think about it, though, Pied Piper had those gloves, which Rebirth had gloves like that on Earth too. So he might be coming back.
Where were you in
helping
this
Cisco.
episode? Why do that to us? Like, before the break, you bring that in. Like, writers never had an issue with you. This one and only time I have an issue with you. It wasn't even brought up. It wasn't even mentioned. Like, nothing about that previous episode when he went back in time and changed the whole goddamn
That's what I'm
timeline
saying.
to bring Andy Mientus back, to bring the Pied Piper back. It's like, and then you don't even come to it in this episode? Whatever.
Well, maybe he realized, like, I can't fight Zoom,
He,
so
like,
you guys
popped
can
up
do
and
it.
was
I
like,
have dinner
"Please
with
don't."
you.
You at
Like,
least pay
bye.
attention to him because a big thing just happened in the timeline. Tell us. Anyways, on to the question. Kevin's rushing me. At Cyclone Carlos, Devon Stewart, and the rest of the Flash AS. Do I smell the cosmic treadmill speed regeneration for Barry somehow? Hashtag the Flash AS, because the way they took it out of Barry was through the cosmic treadmill. So who's to say a little Speed Force can't be tied into that? Can't be tied into
Well,
that.
I would love for that because remember, that's his time traveling machine.
Dude,
you know,
that's
so
what I'm saying.
maybe.
The treadmill is the big, like the cosmic treadmill was like the Flash. So
Yeah.
why would they not bring it back in? They've siphoned his speed through it. So now do you think they're gonna?
I feel
it
that
back.
whatever brings back his speed is going to come from an emotional standpoint.
Of course.
And Barry's
It's
going
a
to be the
CW.
fastest that he's ever been, ever, period. Because it's going to come from somewhere deep and emotional, and he's going to unlock it, and no one will ever take his speed again.
I'm gonna just be
Please
honest.
don't take his
I
speed
low-key
again.
don't want to see him hit that speed because if he hits it and then I never get to see him hit it again, I'm not gonna be
drive
happy.
me
boy.
insane.
Well, no, he'll
Not
get
gonna
even
happen.
faster in the future.
I thought that too when he ran
But
on
how do you
water.
get
I
faster
ran
than
an
being the
explosion.
fastest man alive?
He's the fastest man alive, but he keeps getting faster.
But how fast do you have to go before you travel through time?
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it's just so incorrect. It's like one moment he travels so fast to travel through time, and then the next moment he travels the fastest he's ever been. Like, hold a minute. If you travelled the fastest you've ever been, then surely you have to travel through time, right?
Well, because that's what they say.
Or
like,
is it something that he has to focus on that isn't just his speed?
Maybe-
Now
Okay,
it's
hold
like
on, hold on.
different.
I'm gonna say this, okay? I think that when it comes to time travel and the Speed Force, it's a matter of actually visualizing where you want to go.
Yes.
I think so. So there's fast and there's
No,
breaking
but that
all the
didn't
laws
happen.
of everything.
That didn't happen on episode 15, on season 1, episode 15 with the tidal wave. That didn't happen. He ran backwards and forwards so that he could be quick enough to prevent the tidal wave from happening.
But you don't
He
know
didn't even
what
think
thoughts.
about
You didn't know
traveling
what
through time.
thoughts went through his head. He could have had like a flash. You don't know what was going on in his
And you
head.
Because
do?
when he did time
No,
travel,
exactly.
But that's my point. Is
when
it
he
could have
did
been
time
activated
travel,
by a
they
thought?
told
Is
him
my
to
point.
focus.
Okay. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. What's the difference between his time travel speed versus being as fast as possible? Is this a paradox that they're not really addressing on the show? Let us know. Tweet at us using the hashtag #TheFlashAS all week. We will get back to you. That is all the time we have for tonight. So thank you for watching us. We will be back next week. So let's sign off and say goodnight. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
We're gonna go to the wide shot right there. Yes. Hello. Hello. I said hello. Bye-bye.
You want more from the Flash After Show? Hit that button and subscribe to the stream.tv.